To teach you some lessons in the mainstream media. That's why I've come here. I'm not the guy here that's going to tell you that we're spending our children's future and that it's not sustainable. No, that's not me. I'm the one here to tell you that the mainstream media has one thing in its minds right now, and they have the exact same objective as Nancy Pelosi, and that is to marginalize this group, this movement. And that started last Saturday. They've spent 14 months trying to push down the health care bill. That is, they've been mono-focused on that one issue. That's all they cared about. They spent that entire time bribing people. They sent the SEIU to beat people up at town hall rallies. That's all they cared about. Andy Stern of the SEIU said, I got this guy elected, I'm going to get that bill, and I'm going to send thugs down to beat people up. And even call the N-word against Kenneth Gladney. How dare they accuse us of being racist when the SEIU, according to police reports, according to charges filed in St. Louis, that's precisely the type of Chicago thug tactics these people have tried to employ. So last Saturday, I predicted it, my friends. I predicted it. They need to marginalize this massive, growing juggernaut. And so what they did is they staged an awesome symbolic act. And they got the Congressional Black Caucus to walk through that crowd, hoping and praying that this crowd, that the Tea Party movement, that the good Americans would stupidly and viciously attack them on the basis of race. That's outrageous. That is an attempt to slander this good group of people. It's an attempt to slander people who hold our founding fathers and our founding principles to be sacred. So when they walked through that crowd, with their cameras up in the air as an act of provocation, they weren't going to send this to their friends saying, I went to a Tea Party. They wanted that moment, and when they didn't get it, they still accused you of doing it. They said that the N-word was hurled 15 times as they were walking through. If you look at the video, you don't see one person moving their head once. You don't see anybody look. They just thought that they could use it. And what did the mainstream media do? The mainstream media ran with it, and they went to the Republican Party and they apologized for you. So if you think that this movement is a pro-Republican movement, the Republican movement is apologizing for an act that did not happen. And so I set out this week to disprove that notion, and I'm not the richest guy in the world. I like to describe myself as a middle-class media mogul. I had to transfer money this week from Bank of America from one account to the other to pay for my bills. I'm not a rich guy, but I'm willing to defend this group of people, this patriotic group of people, and I know you, and I know you're not a racist group, and I know you would not use the N-word at a rally.
Yeah!
It's outrageous. So I offered $10,000 of my own money, saying, Congressman Lewis, you're a sacred voice. You accused us of something. I'm going to offer $10,000 to the United Negro College Fund, and I say that quite sincerely. If you're not able to show 15 acts as alleged of the N-word being shouted, but one single act with all those thousands of cameras, with all of the mainstream media there. Yesterday, you know what? I thought maybe $10,000 in a sea of zeros isn't enough for these people. So I added an extra $2 to $20,000. And as I'm driving up here and I see black faces, Hispanic faces, I'm Jewish. Shalom, Nevada.
Woo!
You know what? These people are maligning the United States of America. They're trying to use Alinsky tactics to marginalize America. They've apologized for us abroad, and now they're coming down to our level. They're spitting in our faces. They're calling us the N-word. And I am here in Nevada, the place where Harry Reid, the only person I know who's a senator who has described the President of the United States in racist terms. I've come here to say, you're the racist, Harry Reid. I'm not a racist.
Woo!
And while I've got you, let me just think about this. The mainstream media goes along with the desire to cast aspersions on the whole by saying a non-existent group of people use the N-word. But we're all guilty of it. Bill Clinton himself went to Ted Kennedy and said, I want you to vote for my wife and not Barack Obama because this guy would be serving us coffee a few years ago. That's racist, my friends. The Democratic Party is racist, and it's why I left it in 1996.
Woo!
So I thought I'd add another 0. So I'm here to announce to the Democratic Party, to the mainstream media, to the people who accuse me of every slanderous name on the book, $100,000 now.
Woo!
$100,000. Just one. And if you're not willing to show me the proof that doesn't exist, John Lewis, you take a polygraph test, my friend. And if you pass it, I'll give you the $100,000. This is the fight of our lives. These people understood that starting on Monday, after the passing of the bill, that you were the juggernaut, that you were going to be heading towards November, and they decided to play low-ball, hardball tactics. Well, we're going to have to play it right back at them, guys. And if we have to get... Sarah Palin was just here. What you need to know about Sarah Palin is this. If you haven't learned lessons on how to handle the media from me, you better learn them from Sarah Palin, because this is all you need to know about the mainstream media. And Hannah and James are the exact same thing. The second you stick your neck out there, whether you're a Tea Party person, whether you're James O'Keefe exposing corruption, whether you're Sarah Palin just running for vice president, when the mainstream media decides it's going to destroy you, and it starts to go after your family, and it starts to call you a racist, and they firebomb your church, what did she do? She just kept walking towards the fire. Keep walking towards the fire. You have a righteous cause. It is the American cause. And for all of you people who like what Hannah and James did and don't like what you saw in the Acorn tapes, there's more tapes, my friend. And because of their desire to destroy us, and we walk towards the fire, these next set of videos will play in the mainstream media. To all you people in the left who tried to destroy us, you made us bigger. To all the people who tried to destroy Sarah Palin, you made her bigger. Continue walking towards the fire, and this movement is going to be so big, they won't know what hit them. I come here from Hollywood to tell you that there are thousands of people in Hollywood who have experienced the same tactics of intimidation, who cannot go to work. Actors, directors, writers, singers, people that you love on TV. They cannot state that they believe what you believe in, or else they will find themselves unemployed on Monday. They experienced the far, far radical left walking into the front door of Hollywood 40 years ago. And they are telling me to tell you, don't make any bargains with these people because they will shut you up. This movement must grow. One of my friends from Hollywood who comes here to sing, I believe, should be the Tea Party song. He's a singer-songwriter and a brave individual to come here. They'll probably do some fingerprinting and profiling on him, and he'll not have a job, but I think he'll survive. His name is John David, and this is American Heart.